expert John Hope.
Well, thank you very much, Christina. And we're looking at a kind of a grim situation out here. We have a strong hurricane, a powerful hurricane, even getting more stronger as time goes by. Right now, the lowest pressure has dropped down to 940 millibars, according to reconnaissance flight. Now, I have a little bit of updated information here for you. We have the 5 o'clock advisory in, and at that time it was centered at 23.4 if you're plotting that, 68.2, and that is about 645 400 miles east of San Salvador in the central Bahamas, and it's a little less than 900 miles, a little less than 800 miles now from Miami, so it's not all that far from the United States. And the other thing I wanted to tell you that the upper winds, the maximum winds in the hurricane have been increased now to 125 miles per hour. Now, as we watch this on our satellite picture, we see a hurricane that's just extremely well developed and well formed. There's the eye there. Not only that, it's moving straight toward the west, and that is a little bit ominous. And as you know, there are some warnings up and watches in the Bahamas, and they're likely to be extended. We might have a watch even up for the Florida coast a little later. Looking at the infrared picture here, it's about as well formed as a hurricane ever gets, and we're watching to see what the reconnaissance aircraft does, because the pressure has been falling at a rather tremendous rate, and now we're up to 125 miles an hour. If it goes up to 131 or more, we have a Category 4 hurricane, and of course we're not very far from that even as we speak. Here are the where the warnings are in effect. These tropical storm for Turks and Caicos in the southeast Bahamas, and they're likely to be extended as time goes by. It does look, though, as if the center of the hurricane is going to pass just to the north of those islands, Turks and Caicos. I looked at the observations last hour, and nobody's reporting any very strong winds. In the central Bahamas, we have a hurricane watch there, so that could be changed to warning a little later. Looking at our radius of maximum winds, the tropical storm force winds in yellow now are going out 290 miles, and the hurricane force winds are extending out 115 miles from the center. So it's quite a lot larger hurricane than Dennis was. And you notice this is a 72-hour forecast, and they have this impinging on Florida. But I want you to know that that's not etched in concrete. This is a swath, and this is the most likely path in here until Wednesday morning, but it could be on either extreme. So once you get out 72 hours, you're talking about more uncertainty. But what we'd like people to do in Florida is to just watch it very, very carefully. We have a ridge of high pressure that's developed north of the storm, and that is what's propelling it toward the west. Eventually, this trough will come east and turn it toward the north. So we think as this heads toward Florida, it's going to be in the process, say, about Wednesday of turning north. Now, whether it's right over the eastern Florida coast or just up the coast a little bit, not sure, but certainly farther north than that along the Georgia coast, South Carolina, and North Carolina coast, we think that folks should be especially vigilant there for the next couple of days. So you got some time here. Nothing happening today or tomorrow, but we're talking about Tuesday or later on in the week. So that'll do it for this time. For Floyd, now back to Christina in the studio.
All right, John Hope, thanks a lot for that update. Of course, we'll continue to keep you up.
I'm Diane Roberts. Steve Overton is off tonight.